$3.5 million. Not a company's annual budget, the cost of a single video. Someone spent that much to recreate a fictional death game, gave the money away as prizes, and somehow came out richer than before. That's not luck. That's a machine, a self-feeding financial engine most businesses would kill to build. Today we take it apart, gear by gear, to see exactly how the money flows, where it goes, and why it keeps growing. And by the end, you'll understand the one loop that turned a teenager filming in his bedroom into a media empire. Let's start with scale, because scale is the whole story. In 2021, MrBeast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, spent over $3.5 million recreating Squid Game in real life. That figure comes from a Forbes profile published in November 2022. Now, most creators would look at $3.5 million and see a catastrophic loss. A normal business asks, how do I spend less to make more? MrBeast asks the opposite question. He asks, how do I spend more so I make even more than that? Champa, our finance friend, likes to say that money sitting still is money slowly dying. MrBeast took that idea and strapped a rocket to it. He reportedly reinvests virtually all of his YouTube ad income straight back into production. Almost nothing gets pocketed. To understand why a rational person would do that, we need to stop thinking of him as a YouTuber and start thinking of him as a factory owner. One who keeps buying bigger machines with every dollar the last machine earned. Picture a simple stick figure. Call him B. Strickman. Tall, slim, a round circular head with two dot eyes, and a small curved smile drawn in clean black outlines. He wears a solid dark green short-sleeve shirt and plain black trousers. Strickman is going to stand in for the ordinary investor, the person watching this and thinking about their own money. Strickman starts with $100. He can spend it on something fun, or he can plant it. If he plants it and it grows to 120, he faces the same choice again. And this is where most people cash out. They enjoy the 20. MrBeast never enjoys the 20. He replants the entire 120, then the 140, then the 200. Strickman's eyes go wide as the pile compounds. This is the emotional core of the whole strategy, the willingness to delay gratification longer than almost anyone else is comfortable doing. That discipline is the engine oil. Without it, the machine we're about to describe seizes up. MrBeast himself has a name for the machine. In a 2022 interview on the Colin and Samir channel, he called it an idea flywheel, and he's been refining it since 2012. Here's how it turns. Step 1. A viral hook. Enormous cash prizes, extreme survival challenges, last person standing competitions. Ideas engineered to be impossible to scroll past. Step 2. Those hooks drive views. Not thousands, hundreds of millions. Step 3. Views drive money, both from YouTube's advertising system and from the sponsorship deals brands are willing to pay. Step 4. And this is the crucial one. That money doesn't go into a savings account. It funds an even larger, even more spectacular production. And a larger production drives even more virality, which loops us straight back to step 1. Champa would call this a positive feedback loop, and in finance, positive feedback loops are where fortunes are made and lost. MrBeast built one that spins in his favor. Every rotation of the wheel throws off more energy than it consumes, because the audience keeps growing and the cost per 1,000 views he earns keeps climbing with his prestige. Let's ground this in the actual dollars. In 2023, MrBeast's main channel passed 200 million subscribers, making him the most subscribed individual creator on the platform, according to YouTube analytics and Social Blade tracking. But subscribers are vanity. The real asset is the network. He operates multiple channels, Beast Philanthropy, MrBeast Gaming, and others, which together generate hundreds of millions of monthly views. Think of it like a traditional media conglomerate. Disney doesn't own one TV channel. It owns ABC, ESPN, and a dozen cable networks, each selling its own advertising. MrBeast built the same portfolio structure, except one man's brand ties it all together. Each channel multiplies the ad revenue independently, and because advertisers pay a premium, a higher cost per 1,000 views, for a creator with proven reach and engagement, his rate per view is far above the platform average. The foundation, then, is advertising. But a smart operator never lets one revenue stream carry the whole building. And that's exactly why the next floors matter. Here's where the numbers get genuinely startling. According to Wall Street Journal Creator Economy reporting from 2023, brand sponsorships contribute somewhere between 25% and 40% of top YouTubers' total revenue. For most creators, a sponsorship is a few $1,000s for a 30-second plug. MrBeast reportedly commands between $2 and $3 million for a single dedicated brand integration. $2 to $3 million for weaving a product into one video. Why would any company pay that? Because they're not buying a video. They're buying guaranteed access to an audience of tens of millions of highly engaged viewers who actually watch, actually trust, and actually act. Strickman does the math, and his eyes nearly pop off his round head. A traditional Super Bowl ad reaches a huge audience once, then vanishes. A MrBeast integration lives forever, collecting views for years, delivering the brand's message again and again to new viewers at no extra cost. That permanence is why the premium makes sense. Attention is the scarcest resource of the modern economy, and MrBeast learned to package and sell it at wholesale volume. Selling other people's products is good. Selling your own is better, because you keep the margin instead of renting it out. In January 2022, MrBeast launched a chocolate brand called Feastables. By its first year, according to Business Insider's coverage, it had generated an estimated $10 million in retail sales, and it expanded to over 30,000 retail locations, including Walmart and Target. This is the strategic leap. With a sponsorship, he's a billboard for someone else's business. With Feastables, he becomes the business. He no longer just monetizes attention, he converts attention directly into product sales and captures the entire value chain. Champa would frame it this way: the audience is a distribution network he already owns and paid for. Launching a physical product costs most companies enormous sums in marketing just to get noticed on a shelf. MrBeast walks in with 200 million pre-built customers. That's an unfair advantage, and using unfair advantages is precisely what smart capital allocation looks like. Not every gear in the machine spins smoothly, and honesty demands we look at the friction. In 2020, MrBeast launched MrBeast Burger, and here the strategy shifted to something called the ghost kitchen model. Rather than building expensive restaurants, the venture licensed the brand to existing kitchens that cook the food under his name. According to CNBC reporting, it expanded to over 1,700 locations within its first year. That's staggering speed, and it demonstrates a principle finance people love: asset-light scaling, growing fast without owning the heavy, expensive infrastructure. But by 2023, the venture faced quality control controversies, precisely because he didn't control those kitchens directly. This is the cautionary chapter. Asset-light means low cost and fast growth, but it also means low control. When your name is the product and someone else is cooking, their mistakes become your reputation's problem. Strickman lowers his curved line smile just slightly. Even the best machine has parts that grind. The lesson isn't that the model was wrong, it's that speed and control are a trade-off, and every operator eventually pays for the side they chose. Step back and the pattern is unmistakable. Merchandise, chocolate, restaurants, sponsorships, a network of channels, these aren't random side hustles. They're diversified revenue streams, each one reducing dependence on any single source, exactly the way a well-built portfolio spreads risk. And they're all fed by the same flywheel: attention captured through viral content, converted into cash, and reinvested to capture even more attention. So the $3.5 million Squid Game video we opened with, it was never a cost. It was the largest advertisement he'd ever run, one that paid for itself in views, in sponsorship leverage, in feastable sales, and in the sheer gravitational pull of being the person who spends that kind of money on a video. That's the missing piece. The spending wasn't reckless, it was the fuel. MrBeast isn't a lucky entertainer, he's a case study in capital allocation, compounding, and the discipline to replant every seed. And the machine keeps turning because he understood, earlier than almost anyone, that in the attention economy, the person who reinvests the most wins the most.